Good morning, Twitch.tv. Good morning to YouTube as well. And, of course, good morning, Mini Motorways. Let's go to Dar es Salaam for today's daily challenge, where we will have double bridges and beyond that, weekly choices. Well, they are a mystery, full of change that no one sees, but it'll make a fool of history. I mostly made the wrestling joke first so that I could remind myself to hit the buttons on the stream deck twice. So now you'll hear it. Glorious. There we go. Oh, goodness. For the folks on YouTube, hopefully, I don't know. Given that we're starting at the time we're starting at, it's probably going to be a little bit late. Sorry. But, you know, things on YouTube live functionally forever until YouTube goes away. Man, it's gonna be sad when one day we all wake up and YouTube is just gone. That's gonna be real bad. Objection! Yeah, I know, Sam. I object to that reality as well. And yet we live in it. I don't know. It's possible that Google will, well, whatever conquers Google will have enough of its shit left together to say, hey, we're killing YouTube. Take your shit down. And then, I don't know. My point is, it'll be sad. But, you know, maybe we'll die first. That's... Well, we've been going for 2 minutes and prophesied doom, so that's nice. That's always good. Oh, let's see. We've got this red business going. This red house goes to this red business. Hold on. This nonsense with the back and forth and the I don't know about this one, friends. There, you have the shortest commute, and therefore you have the one house. The rest of you get 2. There, that makes more sense. Now then, for the folks on Twitch, which is, you know, I was just starting with a quick little, hey, YouTube, it's basically normal, but Twitch is all screwed up, and then I thought about my inevitable death, and now I'm sad. Anyway, for the folks on Twitch, you may notice that it is presently 7:43 in the morning. And hey, every now and then when we do Gimmim, we are... I yanked the cord on my headset, which is connected to my microphone, which yanked my microphone. So if I got quiet there for a second, it's on account of my own dumbness. Let's see here. So there are times when we're taking 30 road tiles there, which is fine. It's a nice early game infusion of road. There are times when we do the daily challenge and we're still playing Mini Motorways at 7:43. On those days, our score is usually better than 57, 56. I was hoping it would tick over to 57 while I was mid-sentence. It did not, but still. So 2 factors contributed to starting the stream functionally 40 minutes late today. One, at 6:50, which is usually the absolute latest I can allow myself to roll out of bed if I'm gonna make Gimmim, Nora decided to hop up on my belly and just kind of loaf. And she does that because her food bowl is empty, which it has been a lot lately. See, the thing that the vet didn't warn me about is Nora had to have some teeth yanked out of her head recently, and the vet said that for a few days she should be on a wet food only diet, which is fine. Whatever. We have wet food in the house. She likes wet food. The thing is, she likes wet food a lot. She really does enjoy it. So I put down a can of wet food, and then, say, an hour later, the food bowl's empty. And ordinarily, what I do is there's a nice, layer of dry food there that she can snack on throughout the day. And every once in a while, I top it off with a can of wet food. But if there's just the wet food, and then the wet food's gone, that means the food bowl is empty. And if the food bowl is empty, the cat gets angry. So Nora spent a good chunk of the past few days being mad at me because her food bowl was empty. And listen, when you're an adorable kitty cat, that is a good reason to get mad at a person. But there was very little I was willing to do about it. I wasn't going to horrendously overfeed the cat again. Anyway, point is, the food bowl was empty. And Nora knows that even when I'm putting down dry food, I typically feed her when I wake up in the morning. So she decided it was time for me to wake up. And listen, to her credit, It was past time for me to get out of bed. But I don't know where she got it in her head that the best way to get me out of bed was to loaf upon my belly. Because no, that is a good way to get me to stay in bed. So about 10 of the 40-minute delay can be blamed on the fact that Nora was loafing on my belly. The rest was mostly me being lazy, honestly. Like, freed from the yoke of the clock, I just kind of took my time getting ready with stuff. And also I had to do a little bit of work stuff first thing, which kind of stinks, but whatever. Let's run this blue road down here. See, yesterday I picked up a job. I was supposed to play Magic with some friends, but instead of doing that, I picked up a deposition, which meant that functionally for me, because I was the video guy yesterday, I just had to sit on a Zoom call, which turned into a 9-hour Zoom call. And fortunately, it's not like 9 consecutive hours, but it's, you start at a certain time, you yak for an hour, you take a 10-minute break, you come back, you yak for an hour, you take a 10-minute break, you repeat this until 9 hours have passed. So, yeah, it was fun. I thought about asking my friends to pay me $500 to play Magic instead of working, because I made a good hunk of money yesterday. But I didn't do that. Instead, I just worked and made the good hunk of money. And listen, I'd do it again. It's a good hunk of money. Let's take these dark blues right here. We're going to loop them down this way. Those 2 dark blues are going to replace these 2 dark blues as the support system. We'll take the one on the left. That'll be the support system for this business. These 2, in turn, will glom onto this circle, which has recently rounded itself and now has 5 houses supporting it. So that's good. You come up that away, like so, as do you. This is a new circle. You may as well jump down here. We got the 5 of those. Sam's cat freaks out over an empty food dish. I mean, it's, it's got to be, it's instinctive. It's survival-based. It's, hey, there's the food. Wait, there's no food. Oh, God, panic. Oh, God, panic. Oh, God, panic. There's no food. That's fine and understandable. The _Goog may or may not have been known to go into oh, God, panic mode when there were no microwave burritos on hand back when I had microwave burritos. Sad. There was one brand, and I won't call them out because, listen, if they sponsor me, I'm willing to go back. But there was one brand of tasty microwaved burritos. They were very tasty and, very importantly, very cheap. So they were good and tasty and cheap. And they had these, I think it was beef and cheese microwave burritos. And then I saw that they had a fancier line with steak and cheese. And these were like an extra 50 cents a bag or something, and they had a different color label. So I tried them. And this is the only time in my life that I've ever gotten food poisoning. Was from the one time I tried the fancy steak and cheese burritos from the brand that had been making the microwave burritos that I had been eating for years. And since that day, I have been unable to consume any product by this company because I see the label and my tummy grumbles. It is sad. It is a sad day when a fat man loses a reliable food. It is sad and horrible and shall be mourned forever, or at least until I tell the story again. It is kind of a Pavlovian tummy ache, Sam. Thank you. Thank you for providing one of the titles of the episode. I am absolutely stealing that. Pavlovian tummy ache. That's good. All right. Multiple things need to happen. One, I need to mute and cough. And with that having been done, two, we need to get some of these light blues up here to this business. I'm actually going to keep this one around as a fifth for this circle, but these two shall swing in this manner and go off that away. Next, I think we need to get these reds involved over here with this business. And there are multiple ways I could do that. The easiest and simplest one is to just motorway them either over to the business or into the roundabout. I think that's probably the way I'm going to do it, actually. We'll just do a silly little motorway number 1 into the roundabout rather than over to the business. And the reason for that is I don't want to create a nightmare intersection or anything over here. So we'll just feed these into the roundabout. That'll make the roundabout a little bit busier, but it'll be fine. Next, we've got these purples right here. They need to get up that-ish way. Everybody go. Hi, you are an enormous cluster of yellows up here in the northwest, not presently doing anything. And that's basically fine. These blues I do like. Give me another motorway. That's basically fine. I'm going to replace this blue house with these blue houses. We're going to do essentially this. There. That's a net profit of 1 house for this business, which is good. These purples here swing in that away. Okay. So we got 4 purple houses for a purple business. That should be good and fine. You are another red house. Go over here into motorway number 1. The primary support for this business is still going to come from these 2 houses, but whenever a Spotify song comes up from a classic game Sam knows the Goog hasn't played, it amuses him. Well, listen, it was on a playlist of lo-fi covers of video game music that was the basis of what is now the Gimmimimim playlist. What is playing right now? Coffee Date. Kakariko Village. Hey, I've played a game that has a version of Kakariko Village in it. I played The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild, which is, in case you have missed my hot take, a bad video game. I stand by that take. It's a beautiful tech demo-ass video game, but, you know, beautiful tech demos and video games are 2 separate things. The Legend of Zelda, Breath of the Wild is a beautiful, lovely, promising tech demo that somehow became the game of the year for whatever year it was released. Oh well. People having tastes that don't comport with my tastes is, sadly, nothing new. Alright, we are going to do something different regarding this yellow circle. This is why I'm not hitting it big, because I don't... Sam, I've seen the media landscape of 2025. You can't tell me that uninformed, frankly, factually incorrect hot takes wherein you bash popular things for the sake of attention isn't the source of a great deal of success in the modern media landscape. I may not be the Stephen A. Smith of Twitch, but I have said the phrase the Stephen A. Smith of Twitch, which means that the Stephen A. Smith of Twitch can be one of the titles of the episode. Now then, let's do a couple of things. First, is there a way that I can restructure these blue roads to get these purples? No, I can't get both of these purples totally free of this. So what I'll do, actually, we're just going to murder and kill this whole road for a second. We're going to murder and kill this whole road, and eventually we're going to end up going up, over, and around. So these purples will come into here. Meanwhile, I've also murdered all of this yellow road right here. All of this yellow right here shall, yeah, okay. We're going to do... these yellows are going to hook over this way. The upshot of this is going to be that motorway number 2 comes down here and services this yellow circle. All right, everybody go. Give me road. That is traffic lights, which is not road, but there's road as part of it, so we'll take it. All right, you go up that way. You come over to here. I'm not even going to bother bulldozing that tree. We'll just cut up a little sooner. Doot. And doot. Okay. So blues go over there. That'll be fine. This blue over here is kind of overfucked, but whatever. Y'all swing down this way. We get a whole bunch of this yellow road back. We get this blue road back. We get these yellow houses added to the support system for this business. Okay. These 3 dark blues here can just kind of congregate. They'll be directly under the Uno badge. There. You go away. You have gone circular. Interesting. Right. I should put in a channel point reward for Goog's hottest take. Ooh. Oh, that's a good title for it too. We call it Goog's hottest take, and then you provide a subject. Because, like, I can't be guaranteed to fire off spicy takes off the dome without prompting. But maybe if there was prompting. Ooh. Oh, I do think that has silliness potential, if nothing else. All right. Gross. All manner of gross is happening here. Let's take another motorway. Okay. Not going to complain about that. But yeah, Goog's hottest take about professional basketball. LeBron James is clearly the greatest player ever, and anyone who says Michael Jordan is the same kind of person who says Babe Ruth is the best baseball player ever. Goog's hottest take. Let's see here. What are we going to do about this, I wonder? My instinct is to pull some of this. Although, wait a second. We've got these right here. I should probably use my instinct to pull some of these right here. Okay. Yeah, that is probably better, isn't it? Okay, let's do that. We're going to murder and kill. Note how we both murder and kill things when we're destroying them. I don't know why we started doing that, but it seemed funny in the moment. So we're going to draw motorway number 3 all the way up to here, mostly for road tile conservational purposes, although it is just a smoother, straighter shot road and all sorts of good things. Yeah, it's true. We do have Murder Kill Ice Dragon after all. If I reach over here and find the Ice Dragon emote, I mean, Murder Kill Ice Dragon was one word. That's fair. That is a good point, Sam. All right. Next, we're going to run these dark blues up, over, and around. So the 1, 2, 3 of these dark blue houses can service this dark blue business. That'll be fine. Following that, I think for the moment we're kind of okay. Although, hold on. What if we took these reds? Let's run motorway number 1 down here, because this has recently gone circular, so we have a problem. The problem amounts to nothing is good, which is a problem, must be said. However, I think that's a problem that can be solved via cleverly placed traffic lights. So what I've done here is we have this traffic light right here, and this, although it may not look it at a glance, is a perfectly cromulent traffic light. We've got cars coming in here that want to turn left against to get, we give it a little bit of time to sort itself out, but ultimately we have... Now the problem is we only have 4 houses that have dedicated themselves to the support of this business now, which may just not be enough houses, actually. Like, that might just be part of the issue. And, I can see that. However, hold on. There. 2 more houses. Problem solved. We've also got this business up here, which would be a problem if I hadn't realized that these exist. So we'll draw ridiculous motorway number 4. Samurai Sam has redeemed Let's Remember a Guy and wishes for the _Goog to remember Carl Crawford. Carl Crawford was an excellent baseball player who, Crawford was the kind of guy who had the potential at a glance to be one of the best players ever. He was particularly in his early prospecty stages, he felt like 85% of Ken Griffey Jr. He didn't have the bat-to-ball skills. He definitely didn't have the power, but he had some power. He was faster than, well, he was at least as fast as peak Junior Griffey. And listen, Ken Griffey Jr. was really fucking fast, so... Carl Crawford was a really cool and fun baseball player who was excellent and great until pretty much the moment he signed an enormous contract with the Boston Red Sox, at which point he slowed down and turned into a pumpkin. And, well, what happened was, yeah... Carl Crawford was he was super fast. He was a terror on the base paths. He was a pretty good defensive left fielder. Carl Crawford was the first guy I ever saw who was the fastest guy on the field but couldn't play center field. Before I saw Carl Crawford, I didn't realize that that was a thing that could be possible, that a baseball player could be as fast as Carl Crawford and yet lack the defensive instincts and talent and skills to play center field. It was impressive, in a way, that Carl Crawford was a bad center fielder, given how fucking fast Carl Crawford was. But it's fair and true and must be said that Carl Crawford was a bad center fielder. Listen, if Carl Crawford was good at center field, the Devil Rays would have played him in center field, or the Red Sox would have played him in center field. They didn't, because he was bad. So, yeah. The addition of these two reds, not to mention a third red house up here, has really smoothed things out for this circle to the point where I'm actually going to steal back this red house right here just to make this square's life easier. Like, this square's life had been a little bit troubling. What I could do, actually, upon further inspection, why don't I just... Would it be better or easier for me to put these two reds on this road and put this red business as part of the roundabout? Probably not, actually. Because you do that, then you've got another business in the roundabout, and it's more traffic flow, and you get rat wikes, and no. That's how you get rat wikes. Do you want rat wikes? We don't want rat wikes. Typically not what you're looking for. Oh, big back stretch. Oh, my spinal pain. All right, let's see here. This red circle is mad for reasons that frankly don't make sense to me. I don't understand why you're mad. Red circle, why are you mad? Oh, is it just that all of the reds, it's time for all of the reds to get angry at me? Okay, all right. I've offended the city of Cincinnati. Skyline Chili is mid. Skyline Chili is mid, title of the episode? Yeah, sure, fine. Skyline Chili is mid, the Stephen A. Smith of Twitch. Those are our titles of the episode, unless I say something funnier, which I may or may not do, but we're definitely going to die soon because everything has gotten mad at the same time. Dear Lord. Dear Lord. Okay. What is the maddest, most salvageable thing? This blue down here. Also, this blue up here. This blue up here is imminently salvageable. So we can just do that, and now you have two more houses, and now you're totally fine. As for you, down here, we voop and voop and voop, and now you have three more houses, and now you're totally fine, right? That's how this works. I've solved it. This dark blue, I just gave another house, so it's now totally fine. This dark blue over here, ow, 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 my itchy, itchy neck. I don't know. I'm going to pull this house off of this road because now it is accidentally serving this business, which will fuck up the traffic light, which we don't want. So, yeah, everything's just doomed. Everything decided to get angry at basically the same time. So that's nice. That's good. Game saw me approaching 2,500 and was like, nope. 2,509 commuters over 91 days. I'm sorry, I'm giggling at Dance the Boinky Boinky. 2,509 is top 10% in the world. It is nowhere near Samurai Sam. Holy crap. Drop those slams in the chat. Sadness and failure. All right, let's go back here. bring in our Wordle box. You know, it's the one that looks like, hold on, I have to center my browser. It's the one that looks like this. Hello, Wordle. The Wordle today is fudge. There's no S in fudge, Goog. The Wordle today is not fudge. Well, fudge. The Wordle today is charm. Could be charm. There's nothing saying it's not charm aside from the recently discovered knowledge that it is not charm. So, I would bet a reasonably large sum of money that the M is the fourth letter here. So, what about clamp? Could be clamp. Absolutely nothing saying it's not clamp. It is, in fact, clamp. Yay! Solved the Wordle in 3. And that's with a whiff on the first one. Good job. Sam likes to call, listen, Sam, you do what you do on your own time, buddy. We don't need to know what gets everybody going. Okay? Let's be gone with the don't tell me the answer text, because if you do tell me the answer, I shall be happy. This is a scene. We've got geese crossing a road. That's adorable. Look at the gooses. Look at the little baby yellow gooses. They are in Ontario. Okay. Is there a particular part of Ontario we're in? I mean, presumably Toronto. It's where 98% of the people in Ontario live, and incidentally, where 91% of the people in Canada live. Is this an untitled goose photo? Pretty much. Pretty much. It is indeed. I was trying to zoom in on this sign. We are outsmarting drug-resistant pathogens here at the University of Toronto. Hey, hey. Is that just a random sign, a random sell your place thing? Maybe, but I can't help but notice that this basic sign format is put here and here and here. So this is probably a building on the campus of the University of Toronto, which at least helps us narrow it down. As to the when of this, man, I don't know. These look like modern cars. This looks like a really well and modernly composed and good quality photograph. It was probably taken yesterday or in 2018. But, you know, we're just going to say University of Toronto 2025. So let's go to Toronto. Lovely city. Good place. We shall say that it is the St. George campus of the University of Toronto. Let's put ourselves right here on Hoskin Avenue and yank that thing all the way to the right, which is, you know, what Americans have been doing to universities since forever. Hey, it was 2022. Okay. We'll take that. Next, we've got a KFC stand in what appears to be Russia. Cool. Awesome. Amazing. We're also selling newspapers here, which is good because one of them might say what year it is. If we zoom in nice and tight. I think that's a 2. Okay. This has been less helpful than I hoped it would be. Yeah, the problem is the printing is small. So, okay. But, you know, maybe we can glean some things based on who's on the covers of these. I don't know any of these people. It's almost as if Russian press has different priorities than American press. How dare you, Russian L magazine? What are we doing? Hi there, lady who kind of looks like Kristen Davis, but isn't Kristen Davis. We've also got lady who looks a little bit like Rachel Zegler, to the point where that might be Rachel Zegler, but I don't think it is. Catherine Russian Jones. And you put your fist on a person's face there. It's sad, not helpful. Yeah, that's who that is. Obviously, okay. We've all. I don't know, Sam. Is Catherine Russian Jones any funnier than Pavlovian tummy ache? I'm not getting rid of Skyline Chili as mid or the Stephen A. Smith of Twitch, so you can only have 3. All right. What are you selling here? That's a good question, man. That's a good question. I don't know. When is this? All right, let's zoom out and get some more context clues. We got this fella's shirt, which is telling me mid-90s. We got some more These are probably fashion advertisements rather than paparazzi shots. Okay. I don't know. This could be... Oh, let's throw a pin in Moscow and say that it's 2002. Yeah, this could be Moscow 2002, couldn't it? Could also be Moscow 2022. Could be St. Petersburg 1989. We're going to say that it's Moscow 2002. Oh, I don't feel particularly good about that. I don't feel particularly good about any part of that. But, you know. Sofia, Bulgaria, 1995. She was on Modern Family, right? Sofia, Bulgaria? Okay. Next, we have La Réparation Modèle. So we're in Paris. This says we're in the year 2915, which, I mean, is possible, but I doubt it. Okay. Wait. This says the Cafe Sao Paulo. Hold on. Have I been? No, this is very much... This is at least French speaking. Maybe it's not French, but it's at least French speaking. We've got... Oh, hi. Oh, this looks like a proper processional deal here. We got horses, and they're pulling a thing with a box on it. What's in your box, friends? This isn't a funeral procession, is it? It doesn't seem long enough to be like a casket cart. This could just be a bunch of people all going in a direction. I guess no, because we've also got like cops lining the road here. This is an intentional formation of dudes all going this way. So why would there be this intentional formation of dudes? Are we celebrating the end of World War I? I guess we could be celebrating the end of World War I, you know. Paris 1919? That seems conceivable. We sure do have a lot of French signage here. And there's no, like... There's this little niggling thing in the back of my head that says... Nope. But it does say that we might be in New Orleans? But... No. No, the French Quarter gets a little bit French with it, but this is full-on Francais here. All right, so this is Paris 1919 even feels a little bit late, given the level of, like, this kind of hat and the amount of horses going on here. This is Paris 1910. I don't know why there would be a big procession of fuckers through the heart of Paris in 1910. But, you know, sometimes you don't have to know things in order to know things, you know? Let's, where exactly in Paris are we? I don't think this is the Champs-Élysées. And given that there's exactly one street that I know the name of in Paris, and it is Le Champs-Élysées, we have functionally no idea where the hell we are. So, let's say that we're there. We're right there. In Paris, France. And how far back does this go? 1900? 1910. It was 1909. Okay. All right. There were cops forcing people to let the horses go by. All right, fine. Listen, we narrowed it down very well. 9,900 points. We take those. Next. We got some folks who were happy about a thing. Cool. What happened? Did your soccer team win? Generally, when you see weird European folks setting shit on fire, it's because their soccer team won. Or, occasionally, it's because their soccer team lost. Okay, we got more of this crap going on. And by crap, I mean language other than English. How dare you? Okay. So, first thought, we might be back in Russia. But, I don't know. License plate tell us anything? Not really. License plate can't even tell us what kind of car this is, but okay. So we got that. What about when the Bruins beat the Canucks in the 20... Yep, they did go insane. That was Listen, Canadians get very protective of their hockey, which is funny because Canadian teams famously don't win at hockey anymore. So we've got the N. This is either the NA or the NIA or the NTA or the N Olympic Torch A, or this is not an A, actually. So basically, we don't know what this is, but it's a group of some kind. Cool. You are apparently an avid viewer of twitch.tv/the_Goog and / or you have a sticker of Mini Metro. Go play the excellent video game Mini Metro. Let's see here. So we've got folks who are supporting a thing. Okay. Good. Congratulations on your thing. Man, this looks like the logo of a teachers union. I don't know if it is, but it probably isn't, given teachers unions historically don't also light flares when they win victories, but, maybe it was a big, important teacher strike or something. Yeah, okay. I'm going to say that you're all super happy about that, that Polish program of happiness and togetherness that I never remember the name of, that I want to say was called Perestroika, but I know wasn't called Perestroika and can't remember what it actually was called. I'm going to say that you're all part of that and you're happy because a good thing happened. And we are in Warsaw, Poland in 1989. Yeah. This all seems reasonable. I've sussed it out perfectly. Nary a mistake has been made. We are in Warsaw, Poland in 1989. We are in Greece in 1989. I pulled 1989, but no, it turns out that I need to learn how to recognize Greek. If the Goog was a person who recognized flags, where are their flags? Is this a flag? That might be a flag. Oh, that is a flag. Man, if I had seen this, I would have recognized it. I do recognize that flag, but, oh well. It's not so much recognition as noticing, but noticing is also important. One might argue it's the beginning of recognition. Okay, so this is a fella standing at the exact population center of the United States, which was, at the time, Bloomington, Indiana, or perhaps Illinois, as of 1911, which puts a lower bound on the date of this photo. I think we're very close to the date of the photo. Also, yeah, if I was a person who recognized latitude and longitude, hold on, I've never bothered looking at this map. Doesn't have that label, does it? No. Okay. So here's the thing. I'm reasonably certain that this is Bloomington, either Indiana or Illinois. I don't remember. I know there is a there is a Bloomington, Indiana. I'm pretty sure there's a Bloomington, Illinois. But yeah, see, there is. You see, there is. There's a Bloomington, Illinois, and a Bloomington, Indiana. And I'm going to the one in Indiana because the further back you get in time, particularly in this country, the more your population is going to be centered here on the East Coast. It's because it's the one what was colonized first, and where, when there was first in America, all of the Americans were here. And then, via guns and genocide, we kind of went all the way over to here, but it started here. And the majority of the folk are still here. But, over time, those folk have slowly been heading leftward. Geographically, not politically. Good Lord, not politically. But you know what I mean. Anyway, we're in Bloomington, Indiana, as opposed to the one in Bloomington, Illinois. I'm not going to bother trying to find the exact Latin long because, well, we don't have it here. What if I switch over to... Are any of you going to give me the... No? All right, fine. Here. We are right here at the center of population of the United States of America, as per the 13th census conducted July 20th, 1911. Are we literally just going to say, yeah, you took the picture the day you put up the sign? I think they took the picture the day they put up the sign. That makes an entire nick of sense. It is 1911. Hey! And it was indeed the one in Indiana. Good job, Goog. Good job, Goog. 43,052, even with the horrendous Sophia failures. even with the questionable European placement. We did a very good job in Time Guesser. Beat Samurai Sam. Congratulations are due to me. I am the victor there. All right. Oh, let's see here. For today's Immaculate Grid, we need Padres, Yankees, A's, Giants, Pirates, and dudes what had 2,000 hits in their career. A San Diego Padre who had 2,000 hits in his career is Manny Machado's not there yet. He might not get there. He's probably going to get there, but I don't think he's there yet. 2,000 hits is a lot of hits. Yeah, 2,000 hits is a lot of fucking hits. It's like 150 hits a year for 13 years and change. And Manny Machado has been good for 13 years and change, but it's not much change. And I don't think he's 150 hits a year good. He's missed time with injuries and such. The obvious layup here is Tony Gwynn, but I don't want to take the obvious layup. I want to take the second most obvious layup, like Jamie Moyer. Everybody knows that Jamie Moyer had 2,000 hits in his career and was a San Diego Padre. So, oh, God. Man. See, the thing is, I can't name a single other historically great hitter who was a San Diego Padre. I don't think there are any other historically great San Diego Padres hitter. I guess there's Dave Park. Yeah, fuck it. Yeah, okay, fuck it. It's Tony Gwynn. Tony Gwynn is a San Diego Padre who got 2,000 hits in his career. Make sure that you take the older, deader, gooder one. That Tony Gwynn had 2,000 hits in his career. The younger, breathier, not good one did not. Manny Machado would have fit the square. He has 2,000 and nice hits. Jamie Moyer had 51 and was not a San Diego Padre. So he's got those going against him. Oh, goodness. A New York Yankee who had 2,000 hits in his career is Derek Sanderson Jeter, for one. Alex Rodriguez. Maybe Jorge Posada, just because he stuck around for a very long time. But again, 2,000 hits is a lot of hits, and Jorge Posada was not exactly a hit machine. Bernie Williams, I think, might have gotten to 2,000 hits. That seems like a reasonable, chancy deep cut. Hold on. If I fuck up elsewhere, we'll come back to this square and try to put Bernie Williams in as a New York Yankee who had 2,000 hits in his career. In the meantime, an Oakland A who had 2,000 hits in his career is Mike Piazza. That is a thing that happened. An A who played for the Giants is one Barry Zito. An A who played for the Pirates is a good question. Yep, that's how we'll characterize that. A Pirate who played for the Yankees is Andrew McCutchen. Sad to remember that he was a Yankee for a moment, but it's also sad to remember that he's tarnishing his legacy by trying to legitimize the shit-ass modern Pittsburgh Pirates. You can say that to the tune of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles theme if you like. The shit-ass modern Pittsburgh Pirates, shit-ass modern Pittsburgh Pirates. I don't know why you would, but I just did. Anyway, a New York Yankee who played for the San Francisco Giants is, of course, Randy Johnson, but also Carlos Beltran. Carlos Beltran, deep cut New York Yankee Giant. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There. San Diego Padre, who played for the San Francisco Giants, is it's not Jake Cronenworth. I believe he's a career Padre. Let's see. It's not Fernando Tatis Jr. He, I think, is a career Padre because I think he was traded from the White Sox when he was a prospect. Let's see here. Jeff Kent? I think Jeff Kent was a Padre. I know he was a Giant. That sounds right. That feels correct. F it, let's do it. Kef Gent was totally not a San Diego Padre. All right. Well, having fucked that up, let's find out if Bernie Williams had 2,000 hits in his career. I think he did. He sure as did. Good job, Goog. But also bad job, Goog. Damn it. Okay. A Pittsburgh Pirate who played for the San Diego Padres is a wonderful question, to which I do not presently have an answer. Oh, man. Xander Bogaerts is a Padre, but he was never a Pirate. He played for the Red Sox, and that's it. Jason Bay was a Pirate. I don't believe he played for the A's or the Padres, however. Ryan Klesko was a Padre, but neither Giant nor Pirate. Mike Yastrzemski is a Giant, but was not a Padre. Justin Upton was a Padre, but not a Giant nor a Pirate. Jason Kendall fits the top middle square, because Jason Kendall was a Pirate and an A. It doesn't solve the bottom row, but, we've already messed that one up. Mike Hampton was a No, I don't think he was a Padre. Pope Leo was a Padre, which is ironic given that he's a White Sox fan, but I digress. Pope Leo is a Pokemon, but that's just a tangent at this point. Garrett Cole was a Pirate. He probably would fit the Padres White Sox square, Sam. You're not? Well, would Tim Tebow fit a Padres? No, because he wasn't that brand of Christian. Okay. Should probably shut up. I might go to hell. I was going anyway. Let's see here. Doug Drabeck was a Pirate. That doesn't help me. Buster Posey was a Giant, but again, that doesn't help me. Rafael Devers is a Giant. Barry Bonds was a Giant and a Pirate, but neither of those are the Padres. Trevor Hoffman was a Padre. I don't think he played for anyone else, and he certainly didn't play for the Giants or the Pirates. Also, there's no chance of us getting an immaculate grid, so, just think of a fucking dude who it might be. Goog. Clint Barnes was a Pirate. Did he play for the Padres? Maybe. Freddie Sanchez was a Pirate and a journeyman utility infielder type. Edinson Volquez, I think, was a Padre. I think maybe Edinson Volquez for the bottom left corner. I don't know, man. Let's just end this. Edinson Volquez was not a Giant and a Padre. Was he either? Oh, maybe. Let's see who was. Jake Peavy. Jake Peavy was a Giant and a Padre. That's true. And Brian Giles was a Giant and a Pirate. You know what? Yeah, I've heard of both of those fellas. They were both pretty damn good at baseball. Folks, that is going to do it for us here today on Good Morning Mini Motorways. But before we say goodbye, allow me to bring up, hold on. I have to convince OBS to bring up the image that I want it to. Hey, look, it is our stream schedule for the week, which features, first of all, no Gimmimimim on Wednesday or Friday on account of me having to go to Connecticut in the morning. And the other thing you may notice is I have indeed conceded to the pressures of reality and scheduled the Tuesday and Thursday streams. We're just going to push the scheduled start times for those back half an hour so that I don't feel bad when it is 4:50 and I have been in a computer chair all day and I don't feel like streaming. It'll give me a little bit more time to decide whether or not I feel like streaming. It's going to be for the best. Tuesday, Thursday streams start at 5:30. For the folks on YouTube, obviously, upload times will not be changing. However, this week on YouTube, and I really should make fancy graphics for these, but I get lazy. My point is, this week on YouTube, we are starting a new stream schedule. Yesterday, Sunday, was Cyberpunk. We will have Cyberpunk episodes on Sunday and Wednesday going forward. Dragon Age: the Veilguard episodes every Monday and Thursday until such time as they run out, and on Wednesdays and Fridays. Hold on, no. Yeah, Tuesdays and Fridays. So Sunday, Wednesday is Cyberpunk. Monday, Thursday is Dragon Age. Tuesdays and Fridays, starting this Tuesday, it's Hades 2. Hades 2 comes to the YouTube channel starting this Tuesday, and this episode of Gimmimimim ends on the YouTube channel now. Thank you all so very much for watching. Have a wonderful day, and goodbye.